Here we are, take 2 of the show and go today. Ice, you got your charger in?
Yeah, ready to go, bro. Ready to go.
Ready to go, mate. You're back on your meat diet, getting stuck in.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you this before, but
The take one vibes.
just feeling a little bit flat lately. Not through just lack of energy, and I've got so much shit to get done in the next couple of weeks. So thought I might as well tune in and get back training and get back eating well. It's purely meat.
Straight on it. That's it.
Yeah, straight on.
I remember last time you were you cut back on the coffees as well. Are you going to be doing that?
Yeah, I'll have coffee this week, and then I'll try and I reckon by the end of the week I probably won't even need it. So that's one of the great things. I've been smacking about 4 or 5 coffees a day and still getting home tired. So
keeping local businesses alive, mate.
Yeah, that guy next door, he started giving me free ones after a while because I go in so much. Yeah. So
he's still there, that little guy on the left. I thought he might have shut down for a bit.
Nah, he was panicking for a bit, but I go to 2 coffee places there, Meetmore and Morley, because like she's my favourite lady, that lady. Yeah. So sometimes I just go and buy 2 coffees and don't even drink one.
Yeah, no, how good. Jackson, what's doing? Back out of level 3, few weekend adventures?
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Do you go west or something, or?
The first 10 minutes of the show's take 2, yeah. I got a great rig, carnivore diet, I just went out and saw the parents, mate, as you boys know. So cruised out there, spent the weekend with the folks and the dog, and kind of chilled out for the first weekend in a long time. So I didn't do a shitload of work, which is actually quite nice. But yeah, I've kind of just hit the phones and computer today, waiting for all my kit to get here on the fucking boat, which you know about ice versus the plane. They've got walking speed out on that water. Fuck me dead.
Yeah, they're rowing it, man. They're just doing these ones.
Killer. There's something that I ordered on the 4th of March. So that's exactly 2 months. 2 months, a little stack. It's only 10 shirts, and it's just still fucking chugging along. Well, if it wasn't, I feel like he's just lying to me. Like, there's no way it's on a boat. So,
you should love it, mate. It's aging. That extra 2 months is an extra 2 months history and story in the shirt.
More nostalgia. Yeah,
exactly. Well, your Warriors took almost 2 months to get here as well, mate.
Fucking segues are on.
These segues are making me laugh at the moment.
Oh God. Yeah,
part of the show. People
are they off the cuff or what?
That one was.
Off the cuff or?
That one was.
That was all right.
Because it wasn't a good one on the first cut, so that one was better. So yeah, your Warriors, all the photos of the boys with their masks getting off the plane yesterday. How good?
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking weird. Like, it seems like a bizarre thing to be doing, to be getting back to rugby league, but it's kind of fucking refreshing that, we've been talking about it for how many weeks that, when are the boys coming over, and they're finally on the ground. So I suppose the first thing to talk about is obviously Nate and Fuss didn't get on the plane. So Fuss had some personal stuff, but he's going to be there in the next couple of days, I reckon, either this afternoon or tomorrow. So he was kind of stay back on compassionate grounds. And Nate called the medical staff yesterday. There's not a more unlucky bloke in fucking rugby league. Let's just park it there. I thought Ben Henry was the most unlucky player of all time.
I was about to say Ben Henry, yeah.
He's in the player welfare department at the Warriors now, so Ben sort of helps Nate and him and Jerry Cecchio in that. But Nate was a bit crook. We don't know any more other than he was a bit crook. Called the medical staff, which is, the responsible thing to do. He said, boys, I'm not feeling sweet. The last thing he wants to do is get on a plane with all of them and, in all likelihood, he's not going to test positive. But if he did, then fuck, the whole team's fucked. So Nate stayed back to do some tests. They're pretty confident. Well, they are very confident. He hasn't been in contact with any of the other players. Obviously, he's been in his own bubble doing his thing. So, but fuck, if anyone's going to get crook, that's the last bloke you'd fucking want it to happen to. You don't want it to happen to anyone, but a guy who's had hip surgery, back surgery, double ACL, double shoulder Rico by the time he's fucking 24 years old, however old he is. Yeah, but look, the boys are on the ground. Police escort, army escort. Very weird.
Really?
Yeah, full on. Yeah, they had a full army police escort waiting at the airport when they got off their private plane. So feeling like NBA players. Yeah, but they're on the ground, mate. Start training today. So, and they're allowed to train together. Obviously, that was the development on Friday after our show. The sort of Aussie cabinet approved that, so they can train together now.
So as long as they leave the hotel that they're in and they go to that, is it like looks like around Leichhardt or somewhere? Is that right? And then they'll go up to Tamworth later.
I thought they went straight to Tamworth.
Oh, did they? Straight to Tamworth.
Yeah, okay.
Straight there, yeah. I don't know Aussie geography at all. I have no idea where the fuck it is, but the facilities look pretty mean up there. So the hardest thing, obviously, we've talked about it, and it's been all over the news, and I don't think it can be talked about enough, is them leaving their families. Like Rog yesterday, like there's 2 sides of this. People saying that, fuck, miners go to work for months at a time, get over it sort of thing. But to leave your family for potentially 5 months, like let's call it what it is. If the Warriors go all the way and their families can't come over because that's still not, guaranteed, they're 5 months away from their family in the middle of a global pandemic. So it was tough to see the photos of Bleary with his kids and that, but I'm just glad the boys are there and we can finally get some footy back on.
Yeah, crazy.
Let's just call it what it is. Kiwi boys are a little bit more emotional when it comes to like family and home ties, and a lot of them are homebody. So
yeah,
that's sort of leaving the family thing. Like I'm not comparing like an Aussie dad to like it's still going to hurt them, but like they're emotional dudes, man, Kiwis. And obviously like when you go into like New Zealand sides and like All Black sides and Kiwi sides, they build their team culture around sort of that family mentality. And there's times where, like, say for the Kiwis, for example, before you get your test jersey hang out, they'll have a family dinner before, and they'll invite everyone that's family, the immediate family, come in. And then the next day, when you're in your huddle, they're like, oh, you've seen Bleary and you've seen his like 2 kids, and like in the defense line, you're not only defending your inside shoulder, but you're also defending his family, you're also defending his pride, you also so we're big into that sort of storytelling and that sort of Māori culture and that family bond. And even the Islander boys as well, a lot of them don't leave home until they're sort of 36 and got a couple $1 million in the bag in terms of money wise. It's a little bit different in that sort of sense. And like I said, I'm not comparing like an Aussie dad to a thing, but it is going to hurt them like a little bit more, but only like adjust. But like Jackson said, it's great to see just the boys all in the same kit, you know what I mean? And all in the Warriors kit walking onto the plane, got the old mask on. Like,
yeah,
you
could have shipped the box over earlier.
Hey, speaking of, we'll drop in these later. Oh, I see Monday drop. Speaking of segues, it is great to see. I haven't watched the news in about 2-3 weeks, but I watched.
You're lucky, man. Back and forth trying to get that through. Every story was breaking. They're approved, then they're not approved, and some other state government had come out and be like, "Nah, we haven't approved it." And it took the Queensland government. I think it was some chick there for her tweet, and then all of a sudden it was approved. I just stopped looking at it. It was like, are they coming? They're not coming. What's doing?
Yeah, but also like I was watching the news and I was just sort of talking about like, we're looking at when restaurants could be opening back up and just even like small stuff like that. So there's an element of normality and it's kind of leading the way with rugby league, which is cool to see.
Interesting. Well, someone's taken you guys been keeping up with Eric Grothe? A bit of a lighter-hearted topic. He's taken the piss all on Instagram. I've been meaning to chip this one in the topics for a while, but we keep getting caught up. You've been looking at it, Ice. How good is it?
Yeah, I know him and his brother. They're both like very, very funny. Just like sort of very different characters. Love a bit of a laugh on that. But yeah, so apparently there's this. I don't know if he's doing it off this app, but I was watching. Kai Bentley. He's got this vlog out at the moment, and there's this app that you can use, and you can actually change your name on it. So like say I was about to text you, how you receive it, I could actually change like the name on it, and you can actually prank people with it. So I definitely know that app's out. I don't know what it's called. I don't want to say that here anyway because I don't want fuckers texting me. But yeah, it's funny. Like it's a bit of lighthearted humor, just texting randoms and saying random shit. Yeah, hey bro, I got your number. I'll call you up at 3:30.
Yeah, can you come fix the fence and like shit like that? And then it just gets to I'll call the police, and then you call them out on it. It's classic. Like the one that I first saw, I think it was the Pat one where he's messaging Pat, hey Pat, please make sure you've left the sardine milk on simmer so it's ready to the shakes in the morning. Is Terrence over tomorrow? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, how are you thinking of that?
I don't know. I don't know. Is he actually texting proper randoms, or is he?
I reckon it is. Yeah, because like he's like, surely at the end of it, they just know it's just some punter taking the piss, and I'm sure there's another SMS at the end going, "Hey man, just sort of having a bit of a laugh here." Yeah, just a GR. But
I don't know. Retirement goes so good for so many.
Yeah, he's good on the guitar. He's in the band. Grothe, Parramatta legend.
Is he?
Awful looking though.
Yeah.
Glamour as well.
Glamour, good at footy.
6'5".
Yeah.
Big wing.
Yeah.
We've got the it's Monday, so Instagram for us, once it airs at about 2-3 hours time, 11 o'clock our time, will be full of Kobe and MJ references. We have to wait until 5 o'clock, so I'm going to try and stick off as much Insta and hide myself from all the quotes, because you know that your complexes, your bleachers, everyone's going to be pumping it all out during the day. It's going to be bit of a hard one with Kobe. He does speak in it. Like I remember watching the trailer ages ago before anything obviously happened and seeing him in it go, it's going to be mad to see his perspective. It's still going to be hectic, but it's going to hit a bit different, isn't it, Jackson?
Yeah, I mean, there's no spoilers. This happened in '98, so relax, bro. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a bit weird and a bit hard to see Kobe. It's kind of like, you definitely haven't forgotten about it, but this MJ thing has kind of taken the spotlight off Kobe onto, the basketball spotlight off Kobe onto him again. So it's cool they're doing this. Everyone always said that the GOAT comparison is always MJ and LeBron, but there was no one more like MJ than Kobe. Like, he got so fucking close in terms of, he was a two guard. He was, similar size. He played similar. Like, he did everything like Mike, whereas LeBron's kind of done his own thing, and he's very much more, like Ice's referenced before, very much more sort of Magic in the way he plays. Magic Johnson, obviously. But Kobe was like his little clone. It was like his little brother. And he talks about, like, MJ was such, obviously, you finding out in this doco, such a cunt to everyone he kind of met. But he took Kobe under his wing quite a lot, which is weird for him to do to someone who, if it's a differing opinion, but Kobe was probably just as athletically gifted and probably had a chance to surpass him in terms of championships and all that. And for him to sort of take that guy under his wing, it's going to be awesome to watch. I've never actually seen the two interact, especially not on camera. I don't know if there's a lot of footage out there, especially not long form footage like this. So it's going to be cool to watch. It's going to be tough watching to see any sort of Kobe stuff as well. But it is what it is. It's got to be done. So I'm looking forward to it anyway.
Yeah, Ice.
Yeah. So I was watching sort of some Kobe stuff on Instagram yesterday, and I think the reason why we really resonate with certain athletes is because of the way they speak and the way they talk about and the way they sort of break down, not so much sport, but life side outside of sport. So a lot of people always go, "Oh, we're going to compare you to MJ forever," and he goes, "That's not my problem. Like, that's not something that I can control. It doesn't have a definitive end. So if he, and it doesn't take away my focus. So one of his quick things is like, if I was to play someone in ping pong and I knew I could beat you, that's where my focus go. So like, you could argue that you can have that argument between MJ and Kobe for as long as you want. There's never going to be a definitive answer. There's never going to be a winner.
Nah.
And like, even though I love Kobe, I do think Michael Jordan was better. And I love LeBron in that now. And like, Kobe was my guy, but I still think he's better. But the thing I love about Kobe and outside of his playing ability is just his just like, some people, like when you watch MJ on those first couple of episodes, they just have a knack for media, knack for speaking, and know how to, like, I don't know if it's because they got a deep voice or like just they say they've got that thing, good comedic timing. Like, they've got timing in the way they speak, and probably because they're so used to it, they just sound fucking cooler than everyone else. And LeBron's got that as well. So just to hear him talk about his idol is going to be special, and I know it's very close to home, and obviously would have been like Gigi's like 13th birthday or 14th birthday 2 days ago, so the timing of it's all a little bit weird, isn't it? So it's going to be good.
Yeah, it'll be like, obviously MJ was one of the ones that got up at the memorial for him and had that big speech. So you can definitely, like, leaning back to what Jackson was saying, that the relationship between the two of them was, it was obviously competitive, and MJ's MJ, but there was that level of respect, and it was like that was one of the most touching parts of the whole tribute, I thought, was when MJ was up on the stage at the Staples Center.
That memorial was the first time I've actually heard or seen him really talk about Kobe. Like, maybe I've just been disconnected. Maybe, I'm sure he has in the past, but like, to see that sort of emotion, like, fuck, these two were actually pretty close, and that's even cooler. Like, you've got that generation's GOAT and our generation's GOAT. Like, I know, like, when if someone put a gun to my head, I know MJ and LeBron are better than Kobe, but for me personally, like, Kobe's the best player I've ever seen. Like, he's my favorite player. Like, Kobe's my guy. Like, pure sports brain, I know he wasn't as good as these guys, but it doesn't change the fact how he made you feel when you watch him. He had that gravelly voice, like I said, that timing when he's in media, speaking of fucking a million languages. Like, there was something different about Kobe than even the other guys. There's Allen Iverson. There's been a bunch of guys that can play, but Kobe, there was something different once he put the basketball down. So it's just going to be cool to see. I love all that. You're going to see way more tributes flowing as well, which I love, whether it's tattoos or whatever, like RJ's tattoo. Fuck, I want to get a Kobe tattoo as well.
See,
but isn't Normie? Wasn't Normie going to get a Kobe tattoo? Nah,
it was Tupac.
He doesn't.
Tupac tattoo. Yeah.
Did you see Val Holmes' little edit with the Kobe narration on it last night?
Or was it? That was the Townsville thing, eh?
Yeah. Well, Fomu Brown cut together.
Sound.
Yeah, there was a Kobe edit. Fomu Brown edited it for Val Holmes, and it's just all obviously his journey in New York and then coming back, and then it's cut together with all his Sharks highlights. And I think the end of it finishes with the commentary of when he scored that try at the start of the year, saying, "Oh, he's Val's back." It's just a little minute clip. It's cool. I'll put it in the notes.
like jumping, obviously we're jumping off Kobe a little bit, but like circling back to this NRL coming back, obviously like because it's me and, you know, and Ice is a Kiwi, we talk a shitload about the Warriors and that was the big storyline getting there. But once footy starts to back up again, you kind of forget that Val's back. Like that's such a cool fucking storyline and he's such a gun player. You know, he's all right to look at as well. So there's going to be so many more storylines once we actually get footy back that we can actually sort of delve into and break down. I'm looking forward to seeing that cunt run around again, man. It's so fucking silky.
Yeah, we're sort of on the topic of the boys. They're all back to training. Normie back today, Ice?
Yeah, no, I think they've all got a meeting today, and then just sort of discussing what's happening, and then they're coming home, and then I think they're all on from tomorrow. I think so. Yeah, it should be interesting times. Yeah. But he said there's going to be a lot more like stricter things that can happen. So like, say sometimes it's just me and him in here, and that's like within the law. But I don't think you'll be able to do that sort of stuff anymore. So a lot of it's going to be via like Zoom and stuff and shit like that. So who knows?
Yeah, that's crazy. They've got to, I guess, protect it for everything that it's worth to try and get the game on schedule.
My understanding is they also have to document like every single place they go, whether it's a cafe or whatever, and they have to physically document it all down, who they've spoken to. Like if he does go into the office for whatever reason, I saw Isaac John at 3 p.m. on blah, blah, blah. You've got to write it all down for contact tracing purposes. So it's going to be fucking weird. It's a long time to do it.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
Normally getting the pen and paper out.
What about, given that the government...
Hey, Ice, how do you spell your name, bar?
It's a double A, double S. What's the crack?
No, given that the government's so involved in getting the boys back on the field, have they been told, do they have to have that COVID app?
Oh, fuck, I wouldn't have a clue, man. I don't think that COVID app it's certainly not government law. It's more like, it's like the 2 meter thing. It's just like, they advise you to do it. So,
but like if they're trying to get people back on the field, they surely...
I would assume that meeting today, like I spoke about that all the boys are doing, there's going to be a lot of that involved. They're going to be like, you're downloading this app, this is what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. We'll see. It's a long fucking time to be that strict. We'll see how good the boys go. I know they'll nail it for like 24 hours and then we'll see.
So I sort of seen the article with I sort of seen the video with Paul Gallen going against like Brad Fittler and Peter Sterling and stuff like that, and that was pretty interesting to watch. And I thought Gallen like held his ground pretty well because he said like the boys have been punished for their fuck up. So obviously talking about Nathan Cleary and all that, he goes like, if you get caught breaking the rules, you get $1,000. Like he's been charged $20,000. He's been held 20 times more accountable. And then obviously there's the other side of it. It's like, oh, they could end the whole comp. But I thought Gal stood his ground and made some very good points. So
I didn't actually see that. Was that on?
Watch it. Oh, I don't know. I must have just watching one of the snippets on Facebook or something. But it was good, man. It was good.
Yeah, interesting. Well, to sort of wrap up the footy chat, bring it back to, we've all been listening. Well, I don't think Ice has, but Jackson, been bumping a bit of Drake. Have you been getting behind your new mic there and dropping a few bars yourself, or?
Oh, yeah.
That was bassy too.
Yeah, I got it right. Yeah, no, it was good. I liked it.
Had you heard some of the stuff?
Had I heard it?
Yeah, had you heard any of it before? Because some of it was sitting on his SoundCloud and stuff like the Chicago Freestyle and When to Say When and a few other. I think there was 2 or 3 more that have been. He must have had a deal with SoundCloud where they're just giving him a bag and he's just hopefully it was just sitting.
Who the fuck's on SoundCloud these days?
Yeah, man. All the up and comers, man. That's where.
Yeah.
So
I listened to it through for the like when it dropped on Spotify. I listened to the thing through while I was working out the other day because I work out. And yeah, Chicago Freestyle is probably the favorite. It's just cruisy, like sort of bumps.
That's
nice
the one
and
I
easy.
love to train to as well.
Yeah, we train here. We
go to the gym.
So, but I don't think there's a bad song. Like it's very Drakey. Like it's all sort of slow and cruisy, and like there's not a song where you're like, fuck yeah, this is my absolute jam. Like they all just kind of sound cool. So yeah, I don't think it was groundbreaking, but obviously if it's Drake, like we spoke about on Friday, like I was saying, Drake's so fucking cool. Anything to do with Drake, people fucking pump it up and blow it up. So like it was good, but for sure, relax.
I seen a meme the other day when I said like anyone between 20 and 30 once a new Drake song like drops to go, this is like the future, and he's looking over the laptop going, like, it's so true, eh?
That's what I mean. People froth it, man. Like it was good. It's not like
it's not the best thing you've ever heard, but
dragging it back to sports, is he like sort of at the element of LeBron? Like LeBron will put up a triple double and just go, oh yeah, that's LeBron. You know what I mean? Where Drake will just drop it.
We've probably become accustomed to him dropping good songs, so we're like, oh yeah, this one's good. Like if we had listened to this 10 years ago, we'd be like, holy fuck. It'd be like J. Cole's album. We'd be like, we're on.
Yeah.
What about these bars he's dropping?
Yeah.
I think you become accustomed to greatness, and he's just in that category right now, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's got fucking living in his house, man. You should be able to produce anything you want. He'd have the best studio and the best fucking everything. Fucking hell.
Still get bored, I reckon.
Yeah, you'd get lost walking from one side of the house to the other as well.
Too many girls around, it'd be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, terrible,
true.
man. That's tough, man. I live that life too. Alrighty, boys. We'll wrap it up. We'll be back Wednesday. Catch up on the Kobe doco. See yous.
All right, boys, later.